Grace and peace, everybody. You saw the thumbnail. You saw the title. You know what we're about to talk about. We're going back across the pond. We're going to be talking about Brigitte and Candace, the dust-up of the century. Will we get the most anticipated gender reveal on the planet? Will we get that this year? I don't know. I want y'all to read this title. This headline just seems so on brand for Candace and so laughable all at the same time. Candace Owens says she'll make Brigitte Macron submit to medical exam after French lady is man claims sparked lawsuit. The fact that Candace is, and I believe she said that she'll make her do it. That's the part. Like, I'm going to make you do it. That's craziness. And some people were asking, well, why did Brigitte decide most recently that she would submit to a medical exam after the lawsuit? And I thought about it. I've listened to some people theorize on it as well. And I think I got it. If they had done this on their own, they would be responsible for the cost. So let's just say, I don't know how much it costs to do a DNA test. It's probably not super expensive, whatever. But now that's a part of the lawsuit, they can tack that in as fees. So when the Macrons win, they will add that to the fee. So it might be a $50,000 DNA test, which sounds crazy, but to make sure that everything's right, affidavits from doctors, triple, quadruple notarized, stuff like that. We had to spend $50,000, Your Honor, to do this, to make sure that, and we had to fly the doctor in from Iceland or the other side of the world, too far away, a con, whatever. I think that's why they're doing it now, because they could have done it before. But let's keep going. Let's look at this. Candace Owens has said that she will make the French First Lady, Brigitte Macron, submit to a medical exam as part of the ongoing lawsuit. The right-wing influencer told the Daily Mail she is escalating their legal feud by demanding that Macron, 72, undergoes a third-party examination. We're going to demand Brigitte sit down for an exam with an independent doctor. We're coming for her medical records, Owens said on Monday. That is nasty, nasty work. Wow. Okay. All right, Candace. Okay. French President Macron and his wife launched a defamation lawsuit against Owens through a Delaware court after she claimed that the French First Lady was born a male. In her latest statement on the Daily Mail, Owens said that this isn't France, where Brigitte and Emmanuel Macron get to do whatever they want. This is America. You don't get to skip discovery just because you're a foreign world leader angry about a podcaster's First Amendment rights. The court-mandated discovery process does not allow Brigitte to just submit evidence. The American court system isn't some kangaroo court where leaders can just say whatever they want. Okay. All right. I don't disagree. Evidence must be independently verified. During the discovery process, Brigitte will need to submit herself to a third-party medical examination. Man, there is a lot of arrogance in the way she's saying that. I really hope she's right. I really do. Because good gracious, man, she is big proud. Tom Clare, who's representing the Macrons in the case, said Owens' claims has been a distraction to the French president and very upsetting to the First Lady. The defamation lawsuit is still in its early stages, and the parties are yet to face off in courtroom. The source familiar with the case said that if the case moves to discovery, Owens, 36, will subpoena Macron's medical records. See, that's the part I think. I don't think they can. I don't know. I want to know, can they really subpoena your medical records or just your DNA to prove that you're male or female? Because, I mean, you don't need to know their medical history to prick their finger, take a drop of blood, and determine that she's a male, she's a female, dude looks like a lady, whatever. I don't think you need their medical history. That's that part I'm like, yo, because that's not going to stay put. That's the part right there. Whatever records they get is going to go somewhere that you don't want it to go, that. So limit the amount of stuff that you give her. That's my thought, but I want to know what a medical or legal expert would say. If the case moves forward beyond that point, we will demand Macron sit down with an independent doctor who will verify her sex at birth. It comes after the Macron said that they were planning to present photographic evidence to the U.S. court to prove that she is a woman. And I'm waiting to hear back. I think you can still do this. Candace is making it sound like they're trying to do this outside of the process, but it's part of the dismissal that they're trying to prove that Candace did have this information. So I think it makes sense, but I want to see what a legal expert says. The lawyer, Tom Clare, told the BBC Fame Under Fire podcast that his clients were willing to demonstrate generically and specifically that the allegations were false. Okay. So generically would be, I don't know, but specifically would be like a DNA test, I would think. I'll leave the link to this in the bottom as well. He said that there will be expert testimony that will come out that will be scientific in nature without revealing specifics. Okay. I don't think that people are going to be happy no matter what. Candace's people won't be happy no matter how it goes. So maybe you need to be as specific as possible in that regard. Asked whether the Macrons would be sharing photographs of the First Lady pregnant and raising children, he said they would be present in court where the rules and standards the BBC reported, where there are rules and standards the BBC reported. The Macrons, he said, have found that claims aired by Owens extremely upsetting. It is incredibly upsetting to think that you have to go and subject yourself to put this type of proof forward, he said. Claire said that it would be a process. The Macrons will have to submit herself to a very public way, but says she's willing in order to do what it takes to set the record straight. Yeah, I'm like, why did they not do this before? Okay, I got dueling questions. Why did they not do this before? And if they know that the dude looks like a lady, why are they doing this at all? Because they're the ones that sued. So I'm still going on the premise that they know that Brigitte is a woman, because otherwise, why did they put themselves in this trick bag that is going to put them on blast? He acknowledged that the claims to be a distraction to the French president, adding, I don't want to suggest that it has somehow thrown him off his game. He's not immune from this because he's the president of a country. He said the couple launched their defamation suit in July, accusing the influencer of propagating outlandish, defamatory, and far-fetched fiction that fueled a lie-filled campaign of global humiliation and relentless bullying. Lawyers for Owens have moved to dismiss the claim. Owens, who has millions of followers on social media, has publicly repeated the claims on her channel. The allegations originated online and found an audience through French bloggers Amandine Roy and Natasha Ray in a 2021 YouTube video. Owens to social media in March last year to announce that she was waging her entire professional reputation on the theory that the French First Lady was born Jean-Michel Tragnon, the actual name of her older brother, before transitioning age 30. The conspiracy theory alleges that Brigitte did not give birth to any of the three children, and that her first husband, a 69-year-old retired banker said to have died a recluse in 2020, never existed. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, this is actually worse than I remember. Okay. So the husband never existed? The claim stemmed from an article published in September 2021 by French far-right magazine Facts, I'm not going to butcher that, Facts and Documents, which initially went unnoticed. Those allegations were seized upon after a far-right blogger and Facts and Document contributor Natasha Ray and clairvoyant Amandine Roy raised them in a YouTube interview that went viral. The Macrons won their initial defamation case against Roy and Ray in 2024, but the ruling was overturned on appeal this year on freedom of expression grounds. The Macrons are also appealing that decision. Candace doesn't look too happy about that. Owens said she based her allegations on what she called thorough investigation by the French blogger Natasha Ray. The Macrons, in turn, filed a 218-page lawsuit in Delaware on July 23rd, seeking an unspecified amount of compensatory and punitive damages. The couple said in a statement at the time, because Miss Owens systematically reaffirmed those falsehoods in response to each of our attorneys' repeated requests for a retraction, we ultimately concluded that referring the matter to a court of law was the only remaining avenue of remedy. I kept saying it, like she got those retraction letters and was dunking on them on air. Okay. Ms. Owens' campaign of defamation was plainly designed to harass and cause pain to us and our families, and to garner attention and notability. We gave her every opportunity to back away from these claims, but she refused. It is our earnest hope that this lawsuit will set the record straight and end this campaign of defamation once and for all. The statement shared with the Daily Mail said Owens had promoted a preposterous narrative about the Macrons, including incendiary and verifiably false accusations of identity theft, incest, violent crimes, and mind control. All right, we're not going to jump into the Hellcat today, but man, this is crazy. I'll leave the link down in the description. Check it out. Let me know what you think. All right, they're still at it. Brigitte and Candace, let me know who you believe. Is it Candace? Is it Brigitte? Let me know down in the comments below. Everybody, I appreciate you. Let's do it again real soon. Grace and peace. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the J Whip Podcast. If you enjoyed today's show, please do me a favor and hit me up with that 3-piece special. Like the video, subscribe, and of course, share it with somebody who would also enjoy this type of content. And make sure you leave a comment, because I do pin the best comments to the top. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace.